Clap.
Clap.
Addictive TV, take one.
But the purpose of tonight's show, with something that we've been asked to make by the Technopole people and the Pompidou Centre, is to remix H5 and a whole lot of their work. But obviously, there wasn't the time to make an entire show based on H5 because there's a lot of work for to make an entire hour. So we have made a special remix, which we will play at the end of the show, where we took 9 music videos from H5 and we mashed up all the music and the images and everything into one kind of track. No, we would have liked to have done it tonight, but I think the feeling was that it was slightly kind of world to world as opposed to kind of sort of remix electronic, which is actually, I think, sort of incorrect, because the whole project of Orchestra of Samples is all electronic and it's all remix. It's just that the sampling is that we have filmed lots and lots of people playing traditional music instruments in different parts of the world. So it's got a kind of a world music element, but it's very much electronic and based on kind of sampling. Yes, yeah. Well, it's not mixed, it's sampled and created, if that makes sense. In that we've recorded musicians just improvising, and then we're sampling little bits and using those samples to create completely new tracks. No, just improvise. Yeah. There is only one person that we asked to do something special, and that was, we left right to the very end. It was a track we actually first wrote, 2 years ago or something, and we tried some different voices that we had recorded in different parts of the world, and some rappers that we had recorded in different places, just kind of, jamming, and it didn't really work. So in the end, we had a really good track, but it needed a good voice, and so this is the only time we did it. We asked somebody we know in Japan, that we said, could you sing and write some lyrics for this? So they still kind of improvised in that sense. It's an area where some people have said it's strange what we've done, but I think it makes sense what we've done. Is we own the rights because we've asked all of the musicians who have improvised to assign the copyright in their improvisation, because we're asking them to improvise. We don't want anybody to perform compositions, essentially, not something that they've written and this is their favourite song, or so it's purely improvisation. In that sense, the musicians don't even have copies of what's recorded, because we're recording it there. And it's like somebody say with a guitar, and you say 5 minutes, just play some guitar, and they go ding, 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 ding. It's a lot of it is basic chord structures, basic kind of notes and this kind of thing, and then we're sampling very small fractions. They are all happy to assign us the rights, because it's not composition that they have written. It's just 10 minutes of their time playing an instrument. Yeah. Well, you want a list? You want a list? Mexico, Brazil, Tunisia, Egypt, Spain, Italy, Bhutan up in the Himalayas, Senegal in West Africa, Romania, China, not quite ethnic in that sense. Yeah, in Brittany we recorded some cornemuse. Some bagpipes that was very, very much of that part of France. We recorded, one of the most amazing things in France we recorded was the Crystal Bachet by the Bachet brothers, and we recorded a lot of instruments in their studio, and it was an honour to meet the guys. But it was Yeah, I mean, I'm quite surprised how few people know about their work, that they invented these. Well, they invented these instruments like in the 1950s, and at one time they became very, very kind of, the darlings of the art scene in a sort of, John Cage way. That people were like, wow, this is incredible what they are building. And then I think in the sort of 70s, by the time the 80s, 90s, it's faded and people don't know that it exists. And they've created these incredible instruments, all made from glass. And you wet your fingers and you play it like that. We're actually testing some software which we can't explain too much about it because we're not allowed to. But it's from Native Instruments, and it's a special version of Traktor that we're using, and it works in conjunction with this video software, Resolume's Arena software, and the two computers are connected, and but this is like standard S4 from Native Instruments and their F1 controller, and we're triggering.
This talks to that. The audio triggers the video.
The video, plus I'm triggering bits of audio and video, except you can't hear it and it's not coming up because it's not plugged in. There you go. Thank you very much. You're welcome. No, we're looking forward to it.